The big station is Magic 102.5 with Kelly Mack, and joining me on the show today, the one and only Leela James. She's going to have her own episode of Unsung on TV1 this Sunday. Leela, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm just ready for this COVID-19 pandemic to be over.
Yeah, I think we all are. We all are.
Definitely. Now, where have you been, laying low and trying to stay safe?
Oh, I definitely have been staying in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken this thing extremely seriously. I only go out when absolutely necessary. And I got 2 masks going when I do, and as well as a facial shield.
Now, are you in Houston or are you in LA? Where you at?
I'm in Houston right now.
And like I know, because I'm in Beaumont, about an hour from Houston, that in Texas, Texas has been getting our butts whooped throughout this pandemic,
Right. No power, it's cold, it's just been crazy. And, again, my family is originally from here, so this is my other home as well. And I've been here for, several years.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never experienced what we just experienced in all my life. Being here and coming here, what we went through a few weeks ago, and that was insane, unprecedented, like just crazy. But I'm grateful that we're still here.
Absolutely.
But my gosh, I'm like, come on, 2021, this is what we doing.
Look, and we thought 2020 was the year, and it's like a rerun. It's like, really though?
Right. It's definitely been intense. It definitely makes you want to invest in a generator for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Multiple flashlights. And keep your water stocked up.
Absolutely, because many of us did lose water during that winter storm here in Texas. Again, if you're just joining us, we got Leela James on the phone, and we're going to take it back to her first single on the radio, Set Me Free. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about her new single. We're going to let you take a listen to it, and we're going to talk about love, relationships, heartbreak, and the inspiration behind her music. Right here on Magic 102.5 with yours truly, Kelly Mack. We're talking to Leela James today on the Kelly Mack Show right here on Magic 102.5. She's going to be on TV1's Unsung this Sunday, but right now we're talking about her brand new single.
Yes, we released my new single, Complicated, and it's off my forthcoming album that'll be dropping as well. I'm very excited about the material on my new project. I'm excited about the single. It's just good music, man. It's good music, and it's taking me some time to actually release it and get it out, but it's here and it's ready now, and I think the timing couldn't be better. The people, we need something right now to make us feel good and make us think about things other than some of these unfortunate realities that we just were speaking of.
And complicated sounds complicated, so let's talk about the inspiration.
Yes.
What made you write Complicated, and how does it relate to you in today's day and age?
Well, I wrote Complicated for the simple fact that with relationships, from my experience and the experience of others indirectly that I know of, we tend to unfortunately make things more difficult than what they have to be, and oftentimes you find people taking small matters and creating them to be bigger matters, and it's like you making it complicated. Like, why are you doing that? Like, don't do that. Like, everything doesn't have to be a fight, everything isn't an argument, and some things is just let it be. Just go, be easy, chill out. And I think that's what my point was with that record. Just sometimes keep it simple, even in music. A lot of times we overthink things with music, and like even with that song, it's like, let me just say it. Like, don't make things complicated. Like, it is not that deep.
Girl, you ain't never lied. We do have a tendency of complicating things in life and relationships and so on and so forth. So speaking of complicated, it's the brand new single by Leela James, and we're dropping it right now on the Kelly Mack Show on Magic 102.5. We'll be back right after this to talk with Leela James about what inspired her to write that song, as well as some of her other music.
Love ain't gotta be this hard. Why you making it so complicated? Something happens when we get together. You give
We just heard Leela James's brand new single. It's called Complicated. And my favorite single by Leela James is Don't Want You Back. I mean, seriously.
Oh, thank you. I love music, but I do this to help and to serve the people. It's a gift that was given to me, but I don't want to sit on my gifts. I want to share my gifts. So when my people say they feeling it or they receive it and support it, that's a blessing.
No doubt. Girl, yeah, you helped me get over somebody with that song. I changed the ringtone for him to Don't Want You Back and everything.
Listen,
so,
baby.
yes, that song get to playing. I just go ahead and jam with it and don't answer, you know. I changed his name to Don't Answer and the ringtone to Don't Want You Back, baby.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I've been here, done that too.
So how many times has Leela James been in love? Truly in love, that you can look back and say, I've been in love X amount of times.
0.
Oh, okay then. Just a little like and lust, huh?
Well, you know, I think I was in love probably one good time.
Mm-hmm.
The other times, I think if I was honest with myself, I think I thought that I was in love,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a single woman right now?
I'm a single woman, yes, indeed. I'm very much so single, and I'm happy in this very single place. And I think for me, that has been most important because your peace of mind
Mm-hmm.
is worth more than being in a relationship, just to say you're in a relationship or a marriage or whatever. So yeah, I had to redirect some things, and this single place is working for me right now.
No doubt. I feel you, babe. I definitely do. I mean, I'm with you. I'd rather be single and happy than, booed up and feeling alone or miserable, one of the two, So, yeah.
And drama, and dealing with drama and folks and all they extra, unnecessary ness and narcissist stuff and crap.
Yes. You sound like you done met some of the same guys I done met. Liars,
Listen,
cheaters.
it's something in the water with some of these folks. It's like, my gosh. And you know what? Going back to the title of my single, it's like, why are you making it complicated? My thing is, if you ain't ready to do right and be responsible and mature, because it takes a mature person to be in a relationship, let alone a marriage, don't get involved. Don't waste nobody's time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that complicated. If you feel like you're better off being single or being by yourself because you want to be a hoe, you want to do this, you want to do that. But don't bring that crap into our lives. Don't bring that. Don't do that to me. Give me the right to choose whether I want to be involved with someone that obviously wants to still be in the streets living.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
And that's what people, you know what I'm saying? And that's where people mess up. And so it's like, golly, like, you ain't got to cheat. You grown. What you cheating for?
2:00 in the morning, you on my phone trying to talk to me and saying that you want me back, you need me back, and you should have never left me. There you go, talking that shit, same old stuff, don't wanna hear that shit, no. I remember when you had me, you treated me bad, you treated me bad, you had a good thing, yeah.
We're wrapping it up with Leela James right here on the Kelly Mack Show on Magic 102.5. I appreciate you checking in today, sis. Going back to your new song, Complicated, and what inspired you to write it is the complications of life and relationships. And sometimes we overcomplicate things. Like, say, for instance, men who like to complicate a relationship and make a decision for you instead of giving you the option to choose for yourself. They say and do what they feel they need to get the draws and to retain the draws, all while having a side piece on the side. There are women that will be okay with that. I'm
Just
not
not
one
me.
of them,
Right.
but there are women that will accept that if you're just honest, but let me choose.
Yeah.
Let me choose.
Let me choose. And just, again, don't waste my time. Don't bring that foolishness into my life, because at the end of the day, the thing that I had a problem with is I'm very transparent. I'm upfront. You already know what it is with me. So why would you ever think that it would be okay, or that I would not kick you all the way to the curb
Right.
once I've discovered what you're about? Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Don't just Go do you over there. Like, that's not how I move. I'm a loyal person. I'm a faithful person. I'm with one man. And if you ain't about that, then go on and be with multiple women, men, whatever you want to do. Just don't bring that over here.
Look at you preaching to the choir today. What? Hilarious. Now, the young man that you're referring to, and no names, but does he know that the song was written about him?
Who knows? Who cares?
I know that's right, girl. When you perform these songs, like, do you relive these moments so you can emotionally connect, or is it more so therapy for you?
All of the above. It's always therapy. The music for me is always therapy because I'm definitely a private person. I'm not, out here like, running my business like that. But I will say, if you listen to enough of my music, I tell my own stories that way.
Of course, you're single now and you're like, you know what? I'm not looking. I'm cool. I'm comfortable. But of course, for the right situation, you would be open to love or at least mingling or what have you. So what does that like? I mean, and we don't even have to talk about physical unless physical is that big of a deal to you. But like, what must he come to the table with? Like the top 5 qualities you're looking for in a man?
Well, for me, after going through what I've recently went through in these last few years, I definitely need a man that is completely secure and confident, honestly, in himself, and is an honest person. An honest person with like morals, character, a provider, a protector, a man that is not going to be intimidated by a woman, and can stand in his own shoes, and again, it can carry me, hold me down. It's like, I feel like as women, particularly as Black women, we're often put in positions where we are told, well, y'all gotta be so this and so strong, in the mouth. But it's like, I'm in this position because I have no other choice.
Right. So
if you want to be in my world, then you step up and be what I need you to be, so I don't have to be the superwoman. Because listen, I don't like having to wear this cape all the time.
Okay.
I would love for Superman to come up in here and be like, I got it, I got you.
Who you telling?
It's not just no financial, it's just everything. It's spiritual. It's cover me. Right. Cover me. Yeah. And don't be on like some okie doke. I can't stand an immature man. Like, coming again off of what I've experienced, like that immaturity is just yuck.
It's the worst. It's the worst. And what's even worse is, like I work in radio, so it's always been hard for me to date because you have to really figure out, are they dating me because I am who I am on the radio, or do they really want to get to know me as a person? And I'm sure you deal with the same exact thing. And then money is also an issue too, because you might make a little more than them, and it's like, hey, I'm not counting your pennies. Just make sure that I ain't out here being your sugar mama. You know what I'm saying? But don't feel insecure just because I might make a little bit more than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we still.
And that's exactly what I've had to. I went through. It was all of what you just said, and so makes you have to look at everything with a third eye, because it's like, what's your angle? What's your angle? Because cats just have an agenda. It's just like, you had an agenda. The situation, you had an agenda. It was never sincere. It was never real. You weren't real. You're not honest. It was, what can I get out of this situation for me? You hate to use the term, what the young folks say, clout chasing, but I mean, a lot of it is real. A lot of that is a reality, and people try to act like it's not. And narcissists are great with flipping and manipulating.
Yes, they are, honey.
Like, nah, she this. No, well, all right. You already know what's happening.
You and I done dated the same guy. Maybe just the same kind.
Right. And the minute if you speak on it, it's like, oh yeah, they just bitter. No, we're not bitter. We telling the truth. You flipping it because you play the victim very well. Villains play victims very well.
Absolutely. Too funny. All right, so you're going to be on Unsung this Sunday on TV One, and I love Unsung because it gives the backstory, the things we typically don't know. So what is something that we typically wouldn't know about Leela James?
Well, I guess you're going to have to tune into the Unsung and get what you can get.
Let's go do that.
Sunday. Yes.
Give me a teaser, honey. Give me a teaser.
Well, I mean, I will say this it's only so much that can be squeezed into a short amount of time, but I think you'll discover that I just didn't get here yesterday. And so some of that, long, I should say, backstory will come out.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure it's going to be very therapeutic for you and I and everyone else.
Absolutely, my dear.
Definitely. All right. Good stuff. Well, Leela James, I appreciate you checking in on the Kelly Mack Show today. Thank you so much. You are much appreciated and admired. And keep your head up. Keep moving strong and in strength. And I'm sure it'll all come together. We're going to hear about your love story one day.
Okay, my
Maybe
dear.
we can share together,
Yes, girl. Yes. All
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Take care. Be safe.
All right, you too, sis. And you know what? Let's go ahead and hear Complicated one more again. It's the latest single from Leela James, and she will be on TV One's Unsung this Sunday. Leela James, Complicated. Let's get to it. It's Magic 102.5, and you're listening to The Kelly Mack Show.